Morning, it's Tuesday, September 25th. Lake Powell elevation 3621.96. This kids door to 13 rating, 972,016 acre feet. Acre feet inflow 6,320. Acre feet release 15,973. Average surface release 8,053.
Rafting the Colorado River through the Grand Canyon is an incredible adventure. It's like a magical trip through time. After your first trip down, the river will call you back, again and again. Hi, my name is Will Holladay, and I'll be your commentator throughout this video. I was a commercial river guide in the western USA during the 80s into the 90s, and then a whitewater instructor for both the Outward Bound and the Knowles Utah programs in the late 90s through the early 2000s. I've been blessed to float the 226 miles from Lee's Ferry to Diamond Creek many times, beginning as far back as 1980. Each trip was very different because of the water flow, the time of year, the weather, changes in the riverbed, the rafts used, my rafting companions, and my aging body. But each time down has only deepened my love for the canyon. Out of the blue, on a raft trip down the river in 2012, we decided to make a short, simple instructional video highlighting 10 of the most respected or feared big drops in the canyon. Our hope was that this video might be used as a familiarization tool for those of you who will be going down the river for the first time, or serve as a trip memorial for old folks like myself. The 10 big drops I chose to record in detail in this video are normally up near the top of the fun list for most Grand Canyon boaters. These 10 rapids provide a good cross-section of the type and variety found in the 160 plus or minus rapids one faces between Lee's Ferry and Diamond Creek. Photos and film clips in this video were taken from late August through early September 2012. The boats used were NRS 18-foot cell bailers. The Glen Canyon Dam releases during the August portion of the trip averaged about 15 to 17,000 CFS during the day, and dropping to about 9 to 10,000 CFS at night. The dam releases in September were a steady 8,000 CFS. All the rapids except Lava Falls were filmed at the August flows. Therefore, consider the video to be an example of a medium flow in the Grand Canyon. At higher or lower flows, the runs can be quite different, either easier or more difficult. I like to treat every trip down the Grand Canyon as if I was seeing it for the first time. Things can easily change from day to day, not to mention year to year. A good example would be that just a few days before we ran Hance Rapid in 2012, It was totally reworked by flash flooding. So always look at the rapids yourself and make your own decisions. Hopefully the principles presented in this video will help you make good decisions. Before we jump into reviewing the various rapids, I think it is a good idea to go over some swiftwater dynamics and touch briefly on a few safety issues. I'm sure most of you have heard many whitewater rafting safety talks, so I won't bore you with the basics of how to pull a swimmer back into the raft, the correct swimming position in the water, but instead I'll try to deal with issues specific to the Grand Canyon. Understanding swiftwater dynamics is an important step in river safety. Prevention is always better than the cure. If you really desire an education in this subject, I recommend the book Kayak by William Neely. Although it is written with the kayaker in mind, Neely, nonetheless, does an excellent job covering swiftwater dynamics in a KISS format. His book has taught me a great deal. The three most prominent whitewater features one encounters in the canyon are rocks, holes, and waves. While most exposed rocks can be avoided, you will undoubtedly drop into a few holes and go head-to-head with hundreds of waves. At some levels, there may be undercut ledges, so keep an eye open. Basically, there are two types of holes or hydraulics, and I like to classify them simplistically as good or bad holes. Not that any hole is ever good, but just as a way to distinguish between them. Good holes appear as the mouth of a smiley face when observed by looking down the river at them, and they will spit you out the sides if you find yourself in one. Bad holes, or keeper holes, appear as the mouth of a frowny face from the same vantage point. They will keep dragging you back into the center and recirculating you. These are very dangerous and can be deadly. I'll ask a good friend who was a commercial guide on the Snake River in one of these. I always suggest folks who are new to the canyon purposely raft through some smaller friendly holes, see how it feels to get tossed around before you face off with the monster hole. For that matter, I suggest you also practice runs in lesser rapids in the Grand Canyon and run backwards and sideways. Waves come in many forms. For example, lateral waves are diagonal to the river flow and generally seen at the side of a rapid's entrance tongue or along the outside of a curve in a rapid. Breaking waves are waves that break all the way down to the upstream pour-over. Many folks call these wave holes. They differ from a true hydraulic in that they do not have any recirculation downstream of the wave face. Curler waves are like a perpetual beach wave that is constantly breaking about a third of the way down its face. Explosion waves are cyclical waves that build and then crash over. Offset waves are waves coming in more or less alternately from left and right. Haystacks are groups of standing waves, and tail waves are the standing waves at the bottom of the rapids. Both holes and big breaking type waves can flip a boat. Most folks know that it is best to hit these straight on either bow or stern first with lots of momentum. If you come to the canyon with a background in smaller technical rivers, this will require some modifications in your technique. Speed multiplied by weight equals power. Weight is your loaded raft and the folks on board, while speed is the velocity of the river plus whatever else you can add to it by rowing. So the common practice of pulling upstream to avoid obstacles that one does on small technical rivers is counterproductive in the canyon. When pulling upstream, you are only slowing yourself down and thereby decreasing the amount of power available to blow through holes or big waves. The best method is stroke downstream before and during the main part of the rapid. Try also to keep the boat straight into the waves using push strokes rather than pull strokes. Of course, this is not always possible, but adding velocity rather than subtracting velocity is what is desired for most big water situations. In the old days before self-bailer boats, one could always fill the raft with water to increase the weight factor in the power formula. And I did that many times when facing big rapids. The best one can do with the super buoyant self-bailer rafts of today is keep the center of gravity of your gear load as low as possible. At times, even using your best power equation, you may find that the backwash of some waves and hydraulics is so powerful that you will come to a dead stop in the rapid as if hitting a brick wall. Now, if the leading end of the boat stopped with the stern of the boat still coming over the pour-over, there's nowhere to go except slide right or left, and you end up sideways in the hole, or relative to the breaking wave. Once sideways, the downstream side of the boat is lifted by the backwash, and the upstream side of the boat is pushed down by the smooth, fast water coming over the pour-over, and the boat flips. Having everyone jump to the downstream side of the boat does help sometimes, but it must be anticipated and done quickly. In big hydraulics and waves, you're usually upside down before you ever knew what happened. This isn't to say that you will only flip when the boat gets kicked sideways, but this is the most common scenario. As case in point, I've been flipped bow over stern in a 16-foot raft by a monster curler wave in very high water in the Grand Canyon. And that was even with somebody hanging well over the bow of the boat and smacking the wave with all the forward momentum I could muster. So if you do flip, you'll be outside the boat, and unless you grab the safety line around the outside edge of the boat, you'll be swimming the rapid. By all means, if you are under the flip boat, work yourself out quickly so you can see what is coming up. If hanging onto the boat may sandwich you between it and a rock or a rock wall, let go and get out of there. If there are no upcoming dangers, hanging onto the boat is preferred, as you will be in a position to help swim it to shore. If you run with the flip line under the bottom of the boat, like I do in big rapids, you can use it to climb up on top of the bottom of the raft and float out the remainder of the rapid in this manner. This also gets you out of the very cold Colorado River water. Remember, the Grand Canyon River water comes off the bottom of Glen Canyon Dam at approximately 45 degrees. It takes only a few minutes struggling against the current in water this cold to zap all your strength. If you do end up swimming a rapid unattached to the boat, relax and align yourself feet downstream. Remember to take a breath on the way up the face of the wave, because you will pass submerged at the very top. If you drop into a hole, ball up with your hands around your feet in hopes that you will go deep and catch the outflow current close to the river bottom. This position will also help protect vital areas of your body from getting smashed if there are rocks below. If you get recirculated back around, take a breath and curl up again in hopes of going deep and getting flushed through. After passing the main thrust of the rapid, work your way to shore. Swimming through an eddy fence will often drag a swimmer under, so try and find a calm spot to get to shore. If you've never swum a big water rapid, I suggest you do so. Of course, use a wetsuit and set up good river safety, but it is well worth the experience. Granite Rapid at mile 56 is an easy one, or for the braver souls, Hermit Rapid at mile 95. Both are clean runs and a real kick to swim. Last thing that comes to mind about handling big holes, waves, etc., is that there comes a time when it is best to just let go of the oars and hang on. Michael Boyle taught me this when I rowed with Sobek on the BOB in 1984. When facing things of enormous proportions and power, priority must be to remain in the boat. So trying to row while dropping over a large pour-over will probably only result in one being catapulted out of the boat. Likewise, trying to row as you get buried ramming through a monster hydraulic will most likely only result in yourself getting blown out of the boat by the wall of water. So, know when to ditch the oars and grab for the frame. Speaking of safety, if you aren't already a wilderness first responder or haven't taken some swiftwater rescue training, I suggest you check them both out. The knowledge and skill you gain in these courses go a long way to having a safe and fun trip. Now on to the rapids. The two most common river guidebooks used to float the Grand Canyon are Belknap's Grand Canyon River Guide and Larry Stevens' Colorado River in the Grand Canyon. I personally used Larry Stevens' guide, and he was so gracious as to allow us to reproduce sections of his map that pertain to each of the rapids we will examine. Taking a look at his map's legend, one finds the drop distance through the rapid itself, the rapid's rating at various flow levels, the best scouting location, and what side canyon's flooding created the rapid from the get-go. Whereas most whitewater rapids are rated on the international scale of 1 to 6, where 6 is unraftable, the Grand Canyon has its own rating system of 1 to 10, where 10 is the most difficult rapid found in the Grand Canyon. Personally, I like the two separate scales because I find it extremely difficult to compare big water of the canyon with smaller, more technical rivers. They are two very different animals. For folks unfamiliar with the Grand Canyon rating system, you can make a rough conversion to the international scale by simply dividing the rated number in half. While this is an imperfect analysis, it will at least give you some idea of the amount of caution you should bestow on any particular rapid. For each of the 10 included rapids, I sketched up a bird's eye plan view to use as a reference. The symbols I chose to identify the various features of the rapids are hopefully self-explanatory, but let's go over them quickly anyhow. The shore is drawn as a thick green line. Rocks are solid black circular shapes. Laterals are thick blue lines. Holes, either hydraulics or wave holes, are drawn as a thick lined blue circle. The entrance tongue is shown as a thin lined sideways blue V. Waves are drawn as thick-lined blue angle brackets. A cliff or rock wall is drawn as a thick black line. A hazard marker is shown as a black arrow. The primary descent route is shown as a red line, and any secondary descent routes are shown as yellow lines. And finally, a position marker for the raft in the rapid itself is shown as a small red circle. Each rapid will be presented in the following manner. First, we will take a look at the guidebook's details for the named rapid. Second, we will view a short video that was taken of the rapid from one or two scouting vantage points. From the scouting video, we will take note of the length of the rapid, the course of the river channel in the rapid, obstacles or hazards, position of the entrance tongue, physical location of the river's main flow entering and leaving the rapid, and where to swim if we find ourselves in the river. Next, we will jump to the plan view sketch that was developed from these observed details, and after revisiting the principal hazards, lay out a proposed primary and any secondary routes through the rapid. At this point, we will switch over to view a video of running the rapid as filmed from inside the raft. It will be played non-stop without comment. Then the video will be replayed a second time, during which I'll make comments on the run itself. During the second running, the video will be stopped at various locations in order to reference back to the planned view. When finished with the second running, we will move on to examine the next rapid on the list. The first rapid we'll look at is House Rock Rapid, located at mile 17. It's got a 10-foot drop. It's rated 7 for a medium flow. Scout right. The river channel is constricted as a result of debris from Ryder Canyon, river right. Scouting observations for House Rock Rapid. It's a relatively short rapid. River channel makes a strong right-hand turn. The hazards are a rock wall left side and 2 wave holes left side at the bottom of the rapid. Entrance tongue is located left side of the channel. Main flow in, left side of the channel. Main flow out, left side of the channel, just right of the rock point. If we fall in the river, we want to swim right. Primary route through House Rock Rapid would be to bust through the right lateral of the entrance tongue up high in a right downstream ferry angle with left to right momentum to catch the slow water river right of the main flow. Then spin the boat to face downriver and push to stay right of the bottom 2 wave holes. Go through it. Up the top of House Rock Rapid, about mid-channel. Got a right downstream ferry angle, working to get some left to right momentum to bust the right lateral up high. And actually starting to swing the boat. Good at actually taking a stroke or 2 more in the downstream ferry position before swinging the boat. Right about even with the tip of the tongue at this point. The film's going into slow motion so we can see better that current over against the cliff and some of those laterals rebounding off of it in the right-hand turn. Got the boat pointed downstream, getting some forward strokes to keep our momentum up. We can see dead ahead our first big wave facing into it, just slightly to the right of center. And slide off of it just a little bit to the right. Got the boat faced up again for our next wave. As we slide off of this, you can see the wave hole over to the right just off of the rocky point there. At this point, it's just keeping the boat straight through the tail waves at the bottom of the rapid. Second rapid we'll look at is Hance Rapid. It's at the start of Granite Gorge, located mile 77. It's got a 30-foot drop. It's rated 9 for medium flows. Scout River left. And the river channel is constricted as a result of debris from Red Canyon, river left. Scouting observations for Hance Rapid. It's a relatively long rapid. The river channel makes a gentle left turn. Hazards are car-sized boulder mid-channel at the entrance of the rapid. A large hole a third the way down the right side. There's a mine full of small pour-overs left side. Entrance tongue is located right of center. Main flow in is right side of the channel. Main flow out is the center of the channel. If we were to fall into the river, we want to swim to the center during the rapid, and then at the bottom, swim left. The primary route through Hance Rapid would be to bust through the left lateral on the river right entrance tongue up high near the mid-channel river boulder in a left downstream ferry angle with a right to left momentum. Then spin the boat face downriver and push left to catch the center channel flow and avoid the large hole on river right. A secondary route through Hance Rapid would be to enter the small chute mid-river left between two holes, then work right to catch the center channel flow while attempting to avoid numerous small pour-overs.
Coming by the big hole there, the second hole there, and go right down what's remaining. The other guys.
Top of Hance Rapid, about left to center. Should have been way to the right. I was originally going to do the primary route, which is right to that of the center rock. But unfortunately, I was messing around with the camera when I should have been rowing, so we drifted to the left. I'm positioning the boat now to spin the nose into the little slot between those two pour-overs. And it shows on our sketch our current position. Now it's just going to be a matter of trying to work our way through this minefield of pour-overs and little holes. It's going to be a dirty run no matter what you do. I got a hole coming straight off the nose. Doesn't look like I'm going to be able to avoid it. Drop into it. And still another one there all around. This one kind of hit it and spin out. Now it's just a matter of working our way to the center to catch the main flow.
Now we're coming by the big hole there, the second hole there, and go right down what's remaining. The other guys.
Third rapid we'll look at is Horn Creek Rapid. It's in the Granite Gorge. It's located at mile 90. It's got a 10-foot drop. It's rated 8 for medium flows. Scout either side. And the river channel is constricted as a result of debris from Horn Creek Canyon, river left. Scouting observations for Horn Creek Rapid. It's a relatively short rapid, a straight river channel. Hazards are a large rooster tail mid-river, one of the horns, smaller rooster tail near left shore, that's the second horn, and there are strong laterals rebounding off the right shore through the middle of the rapid. The main entrance tongue is located the right side of the channel. Secondary entrance tongue is located left side of the channel. Main flow in is the right side of the channel. Main flow out is the right side of the channel. And if you're falling to the river, we want to swim left. Primary route through Horn Creek Rapid would be to enter river left between the two horns and push to stay center channel while facing laterals from the right as required. A secondary route through Horn Creek Rapid would be to bust the left lateral of the river right entrance tongue in a left downstream ferry angle with right to left momentum. Then spin the boat face downriver and push left to catch the mid-channel flow while using laterals off the right to help surf the boat left.
Spit, baby, spit. So I can see you. There she is. That was a nice clean run. Let's see what we can get the other guys. They're ways back though, aren't they? Oh, there's Dave.
Top of Horn Creek Rapid, just left is center. Got the boat 90 degrees to the current so I could quickly move either forward or backwards to find the position I want to. I was looking downstream to find that left horn. You can see the right one very easily, but the left one was kind of hidden. And once I spotted the left one, I knew where I needed to be. So we're between the two horns right now, just coming down the tongue. And you can see the powerful lateral coming off the left side. Now pretty much center of the channel. We've got laterals coming off the right. And they could just actually surf us to the left a little bit. And if we were getting surfed too far, we'd just face into them. Now go by the rocky point. They're just in the tail waves at the bottom.
Oh, was a nice clean run. Let's see what we can get the other guys. They were ways back though, weren't they? Nope, there's Dave.
Fourth rapid we'll look at is Granite Rapid. It's in the Granite Gorge, located at mile 93.5, 17-foot drop. It's rated 9 for medium flows, Scout River left, and the river channel is constricted as a result of debris from Monument Creek Canyon, river left. Scouting observations for Granite Rapid. It's a medium length rapid. It's got a straight river channel. Hazards are the rock wall on the right side. Entrance tongue is located right of center. Main flow in is right of center. Main flow out is the right side of the river channel. If we fall into the river, we want to swim left. Primary route through Granite Rapid would be to enter the left side of the entrance tongue and push to stay in the river left side of the wave train. A secondary route through Granite Rapid would be to bust through the left lateral of the entrance tongue up high in a left downstream ferry angle with the right to left momentum and catch the slow water river left of the main wave train. Then spin the boat face downriver and push to stay left of the main flow. Top of Granite Rapid, center of the river channel, we're stroking downstream to get some momentum to face some of the waves. Enter on the left side of the tongue, plan to go right down the wave train, lateral coming in off of our right. Kind of have a bunch of choppy offset waves through the center of this rapid. The most important thing then is to keep facing into the waves and forward stroking up the face of them. That one wave just came in from the left, slapped us over to the right, a little closer to the rock wall. Now we're coming down towards the bottom, lower end of the rapid, and the tail waves out the bottom. Fifth rapid we'll look at is Hermit Rapid. It's in the Granite Gorge, located at mile 95. It's got a 15-foot drop. It's rated 9 for medium flows. Scout River left, and the river channel is constricted as a result of debris from Hermit Creek Canyon, river left. Scouting observations for Hermit Rapid. It's a medium-length rapid. It's got a straight river channel. Hazards are the explosive wave towards the end of the wave train. The entrance tongue is located center of the river channel. Main flow in is center of the river channel. Main flow out is center of the river channel. If we fall into the river, we want to swim left. Primary route through Hermit Rapid would be to enter center of the entrance tongue and push to stay centered in the wave train, or one could opt out of the wave train prior to the last explosion wave. It may be helpful to gain forward momentum by rolling downriver prior to entering the rapid. A secondary route through Hermit Rapid would be to bust either the right or left lateral of the entrance tongue up high with the appropriate downstream ferry angle and momentum to catch the slow water to either side of the center of channel wave train. Then spin the boat to face downriver and push to stay outside the main flow.
Going off the side.
Do we have a couple throwbacks for these guys?
Yeah.
Top of Hermit Rapid, center channel, stroking downstream to gain some momentum. It's very similar to Granite Rapid. Up at the top of the tongue, nice clean tongue. Yeah, at the tip of the tongue now, just starting into the wave train. This is really a well-organized wave train. Big thing to do is keep her faced into the waves and stroke up the face of the wave. That one was breaking wave, slowed us down. This one, another one, breaking wave, slowed the boat's momentum down by a lot. Down towards the bottom of the rapid there can be an explosion wave depending on how you catch it. It could just go right over a little wave, or it could be a thing that smacks you around. You can see it right over the top. This one slows us down, and now we're right into that explosion wave, and unfortunately it's exploding right as we get there. Actually stops the boat dead and sends us back upriver, and of course it's not going to do that long. It's going to spin the boat sideways, and you're in a good position to flip. Fortunately, I was able to grab a couple strokes and get us out to the river right of the
Going off the side.
wave, and now we're in the bottom. Tailways at the bottom of the rapid.
Yeah.
Sixth rapid we'll look at is Crystal Rapid. It's in the Granite Gorge, located at mile 98. It has a 17-foot drop. It's rated 10 for medium flows. It's got river right, and the river channel is constricted as a result of debris from Crystal Creek Canyon, river right.
Yeah, looking at the top of Crystal here, coming down. Going to the bottom. Just want to stay out of that guy right there.
And scouting observations for Crystal Rapid. It's a relatively short rapid. River channel makes a gentle right turn. Hazards are the rock wall on the left side and a large hole left to center near the bottom of the rapid. Entrance tongue is located left to center. Main flow in is left to center. Main flow out is near the left shore. If we fall into the river, we want to swim right. The primary route through Crystal Rapid would be to bust through the right lateral of the entrance tongue, up high in a right downstream ferry angle with left to right momentum, and catch the slow water, river right, of the main flow. Then spin the boat to face downriver and push to stay right of the bottom hole. top of Crystal Rapid, right of center and a right downstream ferry angle, rolling bust through the right lateral up high. Taking a couple extra strokes once we're through the lateral and spinning the boat downstream, forward stroking to stay to the right of the main flow. See up ahead the big wave that's just to the right of the big hole at Crystal. And we come over the wave, look off to the left, and you'll see a big hole over there, facing another wave to the right off to the right of the hole. And then we're pretty much in the tail waves and run down bottom of the rapid. Seventh rapid we'll look at is Bedrock Rapid. It's located at mile 130.5. Has a 7-foot drop. It's rated 8 for medium flows. Scout River right, and the river channel is constricted as a result of debris from Bedrock Canyon, river right.
Bedrock Rapid.
Scouting observations for Bedrock Rapid. It's relatively short rapid. The river channel makes a sharp right turn followed by a sharp left turn. Hazards are house-sized rock island located mid-channel at the elbow of the right turn. Rock wall type shore located left side of the river channel opposite the island. There are boulders in the river channel near the right side of the island. There are boulders in the river channel near the right shore at the elbow of the left turn. Entrance tongue is located left to center. The main flow in is left to center. The main flow out is right side of the channel at the left turn. If we fall in the river, we want to swim right of the island. The primary route through Bedrock Rapid would be to bust through the right lateral of the entrance tongue, up high near the shore in a right downstream ferry angle with left to right momentum. Then quickly pivot the boat to 90 degrees relative to the current and pull river right to stay right of the rock island. When you're clear of all obstacles, spin the boat face down river. If you're swept left, work to stay centered in the narrow turbulent chute. Top of Bedrock Rapid, we're just right of center. Got the boat in a right downstream ferry angle. Just letting it drift. Need to drift by a little pour over before we can apply a bunch of left to right momentum. You can kind of see it right off the stern of the boat now. We actually end up clipping it a little bit and then pulling in behind it. Want to stay as close to the rocky right shore as we can. It's a fair amount of current, so you got to work diligently. Got the boat 90 degrees to the current now. And pulling, coming right up to the tip of the island. You can see the water billowing off to each side. We've caught that right side water. We're going to keep the boat in a right downstream ferry angle and use that to help us avoid those rocks located in the middle of the island. And you can see them right there. Next obstacle would be where the current takes you down into that cliff face on the right, river right, but that's easily avoidable. Take a quick look up the left side chute. You see it's pretty turbulent, pretty narrow, not a lot of space to move your oars around if you do get set in there. The eighth rapid we'll look at is Dubendorff Rapid. It's located at mile 132. It's got a 15-foot drop. It's rated 8 for medium flows. Scout River left. And the river channel is constricted as a result of debris from Galloway Canyon, river right.
Dubendorff.
Scouting observations for Dubendorff Rapid. It's a relatively long rapid. Straight river channel. Hazards are a boulder garden at the entrance of the rapid. There's a hole left shore at the entrance tongue. It's a minefield of pour-overs and small holes, center and left to center. Entrance tongue is located left to center. Main flow in is left to center. Main flow out is right to center. If we fall into the river, we want to swim right. Primary route through Dubendorff Rapid would be to bust through the right lateral of the river left entrance tongue, up high near the top of the rock garden, in a right downstream ferry angle with left to right momentum. Stay tight against the rock garden until passing the lower end, then spin the boat face downriver and work right while attempting to avoid numerous small pour-overs and holes. Top of Dubendorff Rapid, just left to center, got a right downstream ferry angle. Working to get a little bit of left to right momentum so we can stay tight up against that rocky shelf in the middle of the river channel. Busting through the lateral on the right side of the left tongue. Spinning the boat downstream. Earlier than I should have. It would have been better to have kept the boat in a right downstream ferry angle so you could have moved easily to the center of the channel after that rocky shelf. Now we're just doing push strokes to try to work towards the middle of the river. Fortunately, it doesn't look like I'm going to get far enough to the right to avoid that medium-sized hole there, so I'm going to spin the boat around to face into it and go over the pour over. Don't quite make it all the way around the bow straight, so it kind of hit a little sideways, but it actually helps spin out of it, but it puts me in a good position right downstream ferry angle, which allows me to work to the center of the flow, and that way I can thread my way through these two holes, one right, one left. And now pretty much center of the channel, center of the flow, you're going right by a hole on the left side. Pretty much tail waves out through the remainder of the rapid. Ninth rapid we'll look at is Upset Rapid. It's located at mile 150. It's got a 15-foot drop, straight at 8 for medium flows, Scout River right, and the river channel is constricted as a result of debris from 150-mile canyon, river right. Scouting observations for Upset Rapid. It's a relatively short rapid. The river channel makes a gentle right turn. Hazards are the rock wall left side, car-sized boulder right of center at the entrance of the rapid. It's a large hole, center of channel at the bottom of the rapid. Strong laterals off the left side rock wall. So lateral halfway down the right shore feeding the hole. Entrance tongue is located left to center. Main flow in is left to center. The main flow out is left to center. If we fall into the river, we want to swim right. The primary route through Upset Rapid would be to bust through the left lateral of the entrance tongue up high near the rock wall with the boat facing downriver and push to stay left of the large hole at the bottom. It may be helpful to gain forward momentum by rowing downriver along the left shore prior to entering the rapid. A secondary route through Upset Rapid would be to bust through the right lateral of the entrance tongue up high near the car-sized boulder in a right downstream ferry angle with left to right momentum. Pull river right to stay near the shore until busting the mid-rapid shore lateral, then spin the boat to face downriver and push to stay right of the bottom hole. Top of Upset Rapid, are on the left side of the channel, up tight against the left shore, and a right downstream ferry angle. We're using that to keep us off the left shore and to give us a little bit of momentum. Starting to spin the boat now. Bow downstream. We're going to keep the bow facing into the rock wall a little bit so we can blow through these laterals that are along the rock wall. We want to keep fairly tight to the rock wall so we can go down the left side of the big hole at the bottom. Just keep facing in and down, downstream paddling. And now as we're getting down right above the hole, we want to straighten her out and slip right to the left of the big hole. You can see her hole right off to the right there. And now pretty much through the rapid, just tail waves right below the hole. Here's two photos of the two different entrances at upset, with the left run against the cliff and the right run behind the car-sized boulder and down the right shore. The 10th and final rapid we'll look at is Lava Falls Rapid. It's located at mile 179.5. It's got a 13-foot drop. It's rated 10 for medium flows. Scout either side. The river channel is constricted as a result of debris from Prospect Canyon river left.
Lava Falls Rapid.
Scouting observations for Lava Falls Rapid. It's a relatively short rapid, straight river channel. Hazards are a huge ledge hole, center channel at the entrance of the rapid. There's a medium-sized hole located both to the right and to the left of the center ledge hole along the shore. There are several medium-sized holes right of center just below the top ledge hole. There's a medium-sized ledge hole left of center mid-rapid. There are boulders in the river channel at the top left of the rapid and along the left shore. There are numerous car-sized boulders jutting into the river channel from the right shore, terminating with a large truck-sized boulder at the bottom of the rapid, which protrudes a quarter way across the river channel. There are strong laterals off the right shore. There's a large breaking wave just upstream and left of the truck-sized boulder. The entrance tongue is located center of the river channel and feeds a large ledge hole. Main flow in is right of center. Main flow out is right of center, just left of the truck-sized boulder. If you're following the river, we want to swim to stay in the main flow, right of center. The primary route through Lava Falls Rapid would be to enter the right side chute between the top ledge hole and the right side shore hole, then push to stay in the main flow between the river right shore laterals and the center of channel holes, and finally blow through the breaking wave at the bottom of the rapid just left of the truck-sized boulder. It may be helpful to gain forward momentum by rowing downriver along the right shore prior to entering the rapid. A secondary route through Lava Falls Rapid would be to enter the left chute between the top ledge hole and the left side shore hole, then run the left side of the medium-sized ledge hole at mid-rapid. Top of Lava Falls Rapid, right side of the channel, just coming out of a right downstream ferry angle that we were using to stay tight to the right shore and give us some downstream momentum. We want to stay tight to the right shore. Follow this little eddy line coming right off the rock to our right. Use it as a guide to help line us up with the right side of the center channel ledge hole and into a slot between it and a hole located on the right shore. Just coming by the right side of the ledge hole now. You can see that hole over there by the right shore. Right down this slot between those holes to our left. And a lateral coming off the right shore, right by this rock. Right down this little slot. There, I've got a couple seconds of reprieve time. I want to keep the boat lined up because we'll come face up with a big wave and wave hole down by the bottom of the rapid just to the left of that big rock. And up the wave. Drop over the back and down a little chute just to the left of that rock. A bird's eye view of that same run, using that eddy line off the big rock as a guide to line up with the right side of the ledge hole and into that slot. It goes right down between those two holes and the lateral off the right shore, right down the slot there. And a couple seconds reprieve, and then up against the big wave hole to the left of the rock at the bottom and over that pour over.
All right, Julie, nice job.